What's up, y'all? It's the Power Up Mushroom, and yeah, I know I'm actually posting something. You will realize that this is not like my setup or what I usually have. I'm moving. Don't worry. You know, everything will be good. It'll be back in its own place. That's when I'll probably start doing new videos. But aside from that, I want to talk to you guys about my first impressions for Borderlands 3. Now, so far, I've put about like between 15 and 20 hours already into this game. So these are my first impressions. Obviously, it's not a review, but I think I've gotten pretty far in the game and the story and like to experience all the mechanics in this game. I think I've experienced enough to know what I'm talking about. Obviously, you know, I showed Borderlands. I got on a PlayStation 4. This game, I'm gonna just say, like, it's good. It's a great game. For people who are a little on the fence about buying it, I would just say, like, wait. If you're not sure about it, go ahead and wait. But right off the bat, I'm gonna say, as always in like Borderlands fashion, we have an opening cinematic with, you know, great music. It's by The Heavy, so the same people who did the ones for Borderlands 2. They brought our new song, and it's great. It introduces all the new characters well and everything. It's fantastic. Can't complain about the opening. In Borderlands 3, like you're obviously gonna be on Pandora, the original planet. And the way the gameplay works, it's the same thing. It's just more Borderlands. I can't really say much. Like, if you've played Borderlands, you know what Borderlands is. That's what this is. Borderlands 3 is just more Borderlands. And if you're somebody who's looking for that, I know a lot of people have said this, but if you're somebody who's looking for more Borderlands, you're gonna feel right at home here. This is definitely more Borderlands. But in terms of smoothness and gameplay wise, the gunplay, it's great. I love it. It is the most fun I've had. I think it's better than Borderlands 2 gunplay. But I will say this, there are some things that I have noticed in Borderlands 3 that really this game could have used like maybe a couple more months in the oven, because not everything is smooth and crisp as I would hope for a Borderlands game to be. Example, menu scrolling when you pause the game, you know, to equip brand new guns. It's laggy. On the PlayStation 4, what I'm playing, I'll play it on the PS4 Pro and I'll play it on the regular PlayStation 4. I played on the regular PlayStation 4 because that's mine. It's fine, you know, it runs great. But on both systems, doesn't matter if it's a Pro or the regular, I have the same problem. The menus, like when you equip guns, when you equip skinheads or whatever, it's just so laggy. Like, say I press a button, it'll take a few milliseconds, but it's noticeable to know that when you press the button, there is a lag and it's not smooth. Sometimes my menus will freeze, and I don't know if you guys have had this, but like maybe when you're on a smartphone and your phone freezes and you press multiple buttons and you're just like, okay, this thing isn't closing. Yeah, it'll just like do everything at once and it'll go back and forth and whatever buttons you press. And it's annoying. It can get annoying at times, and it's not something that happens like here and now. No, this is starting to happen more frequently. At the very beginning of the game, I wasn't experiencing it as much, but now when I open the menu, like I don't even feel like equipping a gun. I've stuck with the same gun for at least 6 levels already. Yeah, it's the same thing, just it's real laggy. The interface sucks. Like, well, not the HUD, my bad, but like, yeah, the menu interface, the way you equip guns. My question is, like, why didn't they just keep it like Borderlands 2? And if you guys, like, if you haven't seen Borderlands 3 or you don't know what I'm talking about, just remember back in Borderlands 2, where you could just, you press like the menu to equip guns, and it's just your character opening a HUD in front of him. Why didn't they keep it like that? In this one, they have it to where that you have to go to a wholly, like, different menu. So like, you think you press the, you know, your pad, your whatever, your touchpad, you know, to the pause or whatever, and freaking it cuts away from the character almost, and then the character's like fully in front of you. Then it has the menu laid out, so it's like the character, then your menus, and the way the menu, like I said, it's so laggy. It's just so laggy. And from what I know, a lot of all the platforms are having problems with this, and it's just like, why? If this game was tested and everything, why wasn't there a day one patch at least? I mean, I think that's wrong that they would send it out like that broken, but why didn't they fix it? There's no way that could have gone over a tester's head when it was just like, you know, when he's sitting there playing the game, he could have told him like straight up like, yo, just let you know this game's a little laggy with the menus, fix it. Like, and why didn't they fix it? I don't know how this one got over their head, and it's not, I know it's probably not a big deal to some people, but to me, after playing, because I went back and I replayed Borderlands 1 and 2, really, I binge played them in a week. And the menus, the way they scrolled was just so smooth. It was like crisp. You just got in there, equipped your guns, got out. Like that was it. You upgrade your character, that's it. You're out. And in this one, it's just kind of like you're lingering there for like a little bit, just fighting with the menu to equip these guns. It's not like at first it might not be as annoying, but as time goes on and you get more loot and loot's starting to come in, it gets pretty freaking annoying. So it's just like, why didn't you fix it? That was my first problem with the game. And aside from Randy Pitchford, you know, controversy and all that stuff, I have to talk about Claptrap in this game because we got a new actor. Yes, I know it's old news, but if we got a new actor for a character, I want to be able to judge him on his acting and his voice acting and all that, and his ability to play Claptrap. And my opinion, when the game started, let me just say, like, for Borderlands fans, if you guys are like as picky, or like not as picky, but like if you're just like die-hard fans or whatever, the beginning of the game is gonna kind of like mess with you a little bit. Specifically, I don't know about you guys, but with me and this one specific character, I know Claptrap like greets you at the beginning of every game, but Claptrap in this game, the person who voices him, he does okay. The script sucks. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah, the voice for Claptrap in this game, like, it threw me off right away. I knew we were getting a new voice actor for Claptrap. I was thinking, like, why don't they just write him off or whatever? Can this guy even play Claptrap? And in my opinion, this guy can't play Claptrap the way we want Claptrap to be played. It's immediately noticeable. It's just noticeable. It sounds like someone who's like, you went to a party and someone told you like, hey, did you know I can voice Claptrap from Borderlands? And you're just kind of there like, oh yeah, let me hear it. And then all of a sudden, this fool, he starts voicing Claptrap, and at the end, you're just kind of like, that was pretty good. You should voice Claptrap. You say it, but you don't really mean it. You know, you're just kind of like doing that to encourage him. It wasn't a bad voice for Claptrap, but you're just kind of like, he did pretty good. Maybe a little more practice. In this one, it sounds kind of like they just picked a guy and just said, all right, in the studio right now. And they didn't even give him time to practice or anything. And yeah, not only that, the dialogue, I think they're trying too hard to be funny. Like I said, I'm around 15 hours in already, or between 15 and 20. And the dialogue in this game, I'm going to tell you straight up, it's just not funny. I've had a couple of chuckles, but Borderlands 2 definitely is a funnier game in terms of like what they're doing. And this one, I get it, they're trying to do more story driven. Even though Borderlands 2 was really story driven heavy, this one they added cutscenes and stuff. They're adding more dialogue with the characters. They have different enemies and stuff. It's not hitting the funny for me. I went in here hoping to really like laugh and stuff. I've had a few chuckles. There are quite a few good lines in here that they said, but as far as like Claptrap, you know, he would always make you laugh. In this one, he makes me cringe more than laugh. Like, I'm just thinking, like, it sounds like a comedian who's like telling jokes, but the jokes aren't hitting with the crowd, but he keeps on going. He keeps on trying harder and harder and harder, and you're just kind of looking at him like, come on, please stop. That's what's happening with this game. This guy who voices Claptrap, he won't shut up. I feel like I'm more annoyed with Claptrap in this game than any of the other characters, because in this game the characters are kind of very mutual to Claptrap. You know, they don't really call him as annoying or like are beating him down like they did in the other games. But I find myself switching roles because I freaking hate Claptrap in this game. I just do. And yeah, he kind of, every time he's been on screen, he's kind of ruined the experience. I'm rolling my eyes and I'm just like, get out of here, please. Just please get out. Please. And I was saying, like, not only that, like, characters like the psychos and stuff, yeah, they say funny lines and stuff, but they're not as fanatic or crazy as the ones on Borderlands, or Borderlands 2, or 1, or I mean 1 was alright, but yeah, humor-wise, I don't think anything's gonna match Borderlands 2, and that's gonna bring me straight to the story. What do I think of the story so far? At first, I thought that these Calypso twins, they were not hitting with me. They're like Twitch streamers or whatever, obviously, and you know they're all hip and hop, and they're like the newbies, you know, like the new generation, and it's okay. They were good. They had an alright introduction. But as time went on, I didn't really like. I felt like they were trying to be too much Handsome Jack at the beginning, and it took a while for them to develop their own characters. But if you're one who was really invested into Handsome Jack in Borderlands 2 as a villain, like that was a person you hated, but he was a really great villain. You could tell at the very beginning when these Calypso twins are introduced, they're a lot like Handsome Jack. Yeah, these two Calypso twins are really trying to be like Handsome Jack at the very beginning. So again, that got me to where I'm just kind of like, oh my goodness, like can you only feed off Borderlands 2? And in my opinion, if you couldn't become your own thing, and if you couldn't do a Borderlands 3, don't do it. That's fine. If Borderlands 3, it needs to come out with a bang. But eventually time passed, you get introduced to some older characters, some great characters, by the way. But really they're focusing a lot on Lilith from Borderlands 1, and she was on Borderlands 2, obviously, but yeah, they focus on her. There's more like her story, and then you have some other returning characters. It gets really good. But one thing I really did hate, there's a character in Borderlands 2, I'm pretty sure it was everyone's favorite character that was introduced there. Yeah, that person's dead. And the only way you would know if he's dead is if you played Tales from the Borderlands. They spoiled Tales from the Borderlands, so if you haven't played Tales from the Borderlands or whatever, you might want to play that, because yeah, he is dead. And when they mention that person is dead, I just kind of like, I stopped and I'm like, wait, what? And I had to go on YouTube and I searched up the person's death and everything. Yeah, I was pretty sad. Like, it's not, I'm pretty sure that Tales from the Borderlands, I'm gonna go buy the game and I'm gonna play it, but I would have liked to see myself watch that person die in front of me in a mainline Borderlands game. But from what I heard of, they're gonna borrow a lot from the Tales game of Borderlands. So it's just like, I kind of need to buy that game to understand the story. And this is where, like, the story, there's a lot of things that have gone on that happened in Tales of from the Borderlands that I'm just kind of like, I didn't hear about. I replayed 1 and 2, and a lot of time has gone by. And I just feel like so foreign. Like I jump in and I'm just like, wait, where is everybody at? Like you got everyone. You see where they're at. And it's just kind of like, wow. Like, it's kind of like returning and you didn't expect things to go the way they did. But they did. So, yeah, that's really cool. There are going to be other locations other than Pandora in this game. I'm not going to spoil them. But let me tell you, the locations in this game are amazing. The guns in this game, they're amazing. For people who want to play more Borderlands, this is definitely more Borderlands. Aside from the menu scrolling or like the menu HUD or whatever, I'm fine with the game. I'm having a blast. I'm enjoying playing it. I've been able to connect to people online. Everything for me, personally it has been running really smoothly. I know for people on PC, y'all have to deal with that stupid cloud save. By the way, if you're playing on PC, do not cloud save. You'll erase your progress. Which is another thing. I don't know how did that get over them? You know, that's dumb. But anyways, yeah, if you want more Borderlands, Borderlands 3 is the game for you. Is it as good as Borderlands 2? My opinion, no. I think Borderlands 2 was probably the peak. Was it as good as Borderlands 1? Yeah. It was definitely better than Borderlands 1. It is better than Borderlands 1. In my opinion, I think I'm always going to have that spot for Borderlands 2 because I think we spent so much time. It was what, 2012. The game came out in 2012, Borderlands 2. So, 7 years. We've had 7 years with Borderlands 2. DLC and everything. Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever live up to Borderlands 2, but so far I am enjoying the game. It's definitely more Borderlands. I just wouldn't have my hopes as high as, you know, Borderlands 2 high. because I think Borderlands 2, I'm willing to go back and play Borderlands 2 and do everything in that game. I'm thinking of just getting all the trophies for that. But Borderlands 3, definitely, I am loving this game a lot. If you guys are interested in what character I picked the old man. You know, the one who uses the holograms, like Handsome Jack in the pre-sequel, and then you can kind of like disappear like Zero. Yeah, I picked that guy. Forgot his name. I think it was Zach. Zane. Starts with a Z. I know I'm bad. I don't even know my own character's name, and I think that's another problem. You don't get to name your characters in this one. They kind of have them. Oh, you know what? One more thing. In the story, if for some reason, Gearbox, I doubt they're gonna watch this, but the dialogue in this game between your character and other people, it's lingered. Like if I ask you a question like, "Hey, do you like potato soup?" Then finally your character answers with like, "No, I don't think potato soup is worthy of my mouth." It's a lot of lingering like that. There's a lot of problems with audio, and it's not just between your character and the others, but other characters in general talking to each other. It happens a lot. So the audio sync and all that stuff, I think they messed up in this game really badly, and it's really noticeable. So yeah, if they could get on that, that'd be nice. But other than that, this game, definitely more Borderlands. Gunplay's great. Love it. And you can equip 2 more abilities. You can equip 2 abilities at a time. That's freaking amazing. So anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm running in like almost 20 minutes of film right here, so I gotta like edit all this crap together. But please tell me what you guys thought of Borderlands 3. Did you like it? Are you gonna wait? Blah blah blah. You know, me personally, am I happy with my purchase? I bought it day one. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm enjoying it as I go, and I will continue playing Borderlands 3 until I beat this game. I want to 100% this game. So yeah, Borderlands 3 is awesome. Other than those few things I mentioned. I know I probably mentioned more negative things, but yeah. Oh, I don't know if this matters, but that one speeder in Star Wars where Obi-Wan is fighting General Grievous in episode 3, where they're in that like ring thing, that ring vehicle. Yeah, that vehicle's in here. It is totally a copy of the one from Star Wars, and I love it. It's amazing. But anyways, tell me what you guys thought of Borderlands 3. Did you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? What are you guys' thoughts on the game so far if you're playing it? And other than that, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Don't upvote, because Vidme does not exist. It's now getting through my head. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. And remember, when you guys are gaming, power up.